Ann Cicalese. Good morning, Ann.
Good morning to you both. And this is the kind of setup that skiers love, snowboarders as well, where we get this early season snowfall up into the tallest slopes. But here in southern New England, it was mainly rain. I do want to give a shout out to a few locations north of Boston that saw with the early onset of the rain last night, some mixing with sleet and even some reports of grapple. But at this point, we're looking at a mainly dry sky, a good amount of clouds still stuck in place, but there's signs of these drops kind of feeding in from New York, and that is signs of some of that wind transporting in some of those lake effect showers from New York. So I do think we'll see a flake or two flying by, especially heading out toward the Berkshires and into western Massachusetts today. We're sitting at 46 right now, and I want to bring you out toward Worcester, where yes, there's a lot of clouds. We're seeing signs of brightening. It's not all too cold, upper 40s to low 50s, and we're hitting just about 54 this afternoon. It's about a 13-degree jump from what we saw yesterday. I'll have a look at the timeline for the strongest wind coming up. Jennifer, they have a lot of work up there, right? We are looking at an additional amount of snowfall today, because if you look out toward New York, you can see some of these snow showers that are moving their way through upstate New York, even some rain showers as you move down toward Albany. And so some of that will be streaming eastward. And so with that, we are looking at an additional 3 to 5 inches of snowfall for Mount Washington, as if they don't have enough snow to deal with, right? Next 12 hours here, some breaks of sun. We're already seeing some signs of the clouds thinning out there in spots this morning, but the potential here is that we could see, with that wind picking up today, some afternoon raindrops and snowflakes flying by. So really the biggest threat today will be the wind, but I want to give you a heads up for that potential for some raindrops out there. Our next potential for a more widespread rainfall moves in next weekend. We're watching that for Friday, possibly lingering into Saturday. We're in the upper 40s to low 50s out the door right now. Really a mild start for mid-November. Our highs today approach 50 degrees, right on track for average. I do think we'll stay a little bit colder as you move from Worcester northwest in the mid 40s, but still overall this is a pretty mild day for us compared to some of those cooler conditions that we've been dealing with, upper 30s to low 40s. We had the rainfall overnight, and that did bring a widespread soaking rain, 1/2 inch to 3/4 of an inch for most spots. Keep in mind, these are radar estimated totals. We are waiting on the official report from the National Weather Service. As we look ahead today, don't think we'll see much in the way of rain and snow actually sticking or really leading to much in the way of impact. However, if you head out toward the Berkshires, that's a spot where the snow that moves through today could pick up, especially tonight into the overnight hours. And so an additional coating to an inch of slushy snowfall. Right now it's falling in the form of rain. You can see that's the case out toward Pittsfield, but we'll watch for that transition to snow moving into later tonight. So here's a look at some of those raindrops that we're seeing with that wind picking up now late this morning. So I do think we'll have that potential for hit or miss drops passing through. Nothing that's really all too heavy, and it is something they'll mainly see west of 495. It's inland areas where we see the best chance of these drops, and even a few flakes flying by as we approach sunset tonight. As I mentioned, snow showers looking more and more likely through the Berkshires, which we'll watch into later tonight as well. Wind is picking up. We'll see gusts approaching 30 miles per hour within the next hour or two, but in the afternoon, wind gusts near 40 in places like Worcester and heading down toward the south coast, Cape and Islands, even Boston not too far off, with a gust of about 38. So it is a strong wind, and it's still breezy tonight. Temperatures tonight fall below freezing, so you throw in the fact that it's still windy. We're looking at wind chill factors dropping into the teens to low 20s for most spots tomorrow morning. It's a breezy outlook for your Monday and Tuesday. Wind gusts generally in the 20 to 30 mile per hour range. We're making a run toward 50 by Friday, but it comes at a price. That's our next chance of rain on our way. For Storm Team 5, I'm meteorologist Ann Cicalese.
Jennifer Egan.
I'm Rondella Richardson with Ann Cicalese. Kind of a lazy start when you wake up and you see like the rain is just getting out of here.
Right, and the clouds are still around. So, but it's really mild out there. So
you do notice that right away.
Yeah, you don't need quite as many layers as you're heading of the clouds as you move west of Worcester. So I do think we'll see some brightening. But you'll also notice there's some areas of green here, and that's indicating the chance for a drop or two passing by. Right now it's focused west. west, but as the wind continues to pick up, that will transport some of that moisture east. So I do think we'll run into a drop or two flying by this afternoon, maybe even a few flurries, especially in western Massachusetts. We're in the upper 40s to low 50s. So as I mentioned, it's relatively mild, and we stay near that mark through the rest of the today with a high temperature in Boston right around 52. Wind gust right now is about 22 miles per hour, so the breeze is starting to stir, but it's more of a factor as we move toward midday today. Wind gusts for Boston approaching 35 to even 40 miles per hour. Another big thing we'll be watching in the week ahead, a big drop in our temperatures. You'll notice it during the afternoon, but more so with our morning lows. I'll pinpoint where we could feel wind chill factors in the teens, plus looking ahead to our next chance for rain. Jennifer.